Hello everyone, and welcome to Pax Area Gaming. This is Atomfall Part 3. I will try to be slightly more organized than I was in the last one. Lots of exploring in the previous part. Still more exploring in this one. But with a little bit more aim. And in the next episode, I will sort of choose one of 2 or 3 paths. I'm not going to try to get all 6 of the possible paths to an ending. I've been following 3 of them pretty closely. Mother Jago, Captain Sims, and of course the operator, the voice on the phone. And I've probably progressed those further than any of the other ones. So I'm going to stick with that as my critical paths until I make a final decision.
Constitutes looting and is punishable by death. If you see food theft in progress, you are empowered to shoot without further orders.
Keep the peace, Civvy.
Now I can roam around the protocol camp as long as I'm not violent or I don't attack anyone. If I do, they will become hostile towards me and will remain hostile towards me. If you're wondering how I know that, well, I made a little mistake and they became hostile. But we'll get to that later. And Captain Sims had warned me about that when he gave me the pass to go in. For those who didn't talk to Captain Sims enough or complete enough of his quest for him to give you the sort of free pass into this area, the enemies will be hostile to you as soon as you enter. I've watched a couple of other people play, and that's what happened. They couldn't figure out why they were so hostile.
Watch your step.
Remember, unless it says you're trespassing, you can basically walk into any of these little barracks, scour the place clean, go on to the next one, and no one will bother you. But if you walk into a room or one of those little areas that says that you're trespassing, then just don't let them see you.
Be aware that there have been thefts from the food store.
These announcements are constant. It's amazing.
If you see food theft in progress, you are empowered.
That's true in Wyndham as well. It's like so annoying. Trying to figure out which lead I'm following. Actually, I'm not sure I need more atomic batteries. I have, I believe, 3. Not sure how many more. I know I need to fully activate the interchange, and I think I need 2 more for that. Or at least for the data stores and the interchange.
Strange how sterile farmland smells when there are no animals.
Not sure how many more I need after that. Just to be on the safe side, I'll probably aim for maybe 4 or 5. I don't think I can purchase any more of them because I bought 2 from 2 different vendors. And the other vendors that I've bumped into so far doesn't have any. I can kill robots to get them, but it's such a pain. That may be the easiest way to do it if you're really good at sniping them. And there may be one or more lying around in one of the unexplored dungeons. I've tried to explore all of the dungeons that I've found. You know, they're noted by the L1, L2, L3, so on and so forth. But there are also some unidentified bunkers in the game as well. I think they all have L numbers. They're just unidentified until you go in, and then you can find the L number. But I've been to some of them a couple of times. I realized I needed to make some notes to make sure I wasn't going back to the same one over and over again. Or make sure I've actually completed it. Sometimes you go... What's that noise? Jeez. Sometimes you go and then you can't complete it because there's a section that's walled off because you don't have a particular tool, which means you have to come back. So I usually make a note of whether or not, when I'm in these bunkers, whether or not it's complete or incomplete. Once I leave. Some of them, it's the first time I'm entering. The other annoying thing about the game is these soldiers all whistle the same darn tune over and over and over again. I went to sleep the other night with that freaking tune in my head. I was like, oh my God. And it just reinforces it because every one of them does it, no matter which section you go to. If you're in Skethermore or if you're in Wyndham, or you're in one of these protocol areas in Skethermore, they all whistle the same tune. It's funny. I probably should have left it open to know that I've already been in that room. You know, what the game doesn't really do is once you're in the bunker, it doesn't really give you a layout. Right? And the interchange is a layout, and each of the sections, each of the other areas of the game, Wyndham, Skethermore, the Slatter one, you know, all of those actually have maps. But once you're inside the bunker, there really isn't. That would have been helpful, because then you can easily retrace your tracks, know where you're going. Sometimes when I crawl through the crawl space and, you know, crawl through another space on the other side of it, I'm like, is this the opposite room or is this a totally different area? And it's not always clear. But since I like exploring in these games anyway, really not much of a problem. So the two areas where they won't kill you on sight is this area unless you become hostile, and Wyndham. Many of the other areas that we've been in have outlaws that will attack you. And you can run away from them or give them a wide berth and then they won't follow you. You may hear them say something like, you know, make some comment about you. But they're not totally hostile. If you get close enough or if you aim a gun at them, they'll react and then they'll become hostile. Now, this is the prison where Dr. Garrow is being held. And she's not up here. She's deep in the bowels of this place somewhere that I can't actually get to. So I actually came to this place a little bit earlier than I probably should have. That's the other thing about the leads. It's not always clear because there's no real order. The game doesn't tell you this is the order in which you should do these. So I'm here now, and I know that I haven't activated the other lead that would get me to where she is. And interacting with her leads to one of the 6 endings. So whether I'm able to get her as one of those possible endings or not, I'm not sure. she has a colleague as well in a different area back in Wyndham that I haven't interacted with yet. I probably need to, because there's an area of the game that I'm going to go to where I actually need something that he has for it. It's in the basement of the church, but in a sort of a secret area of that basement, which I didn't explore. I've been in the basement of the church, but I haven't been to that particular area. The other annoying thing is the sound of the robots walking around constantly. Okay, I'm gonna stop complaining. I think I've got my share of complaints in. Other than that, it's there's that whistling again. It's a fun game. It's a game I spend much more time playing offline than recording. And the reason I do that is because it'd be hours and hours of me sort of scouring the area, trying to, scope out every one of those little buildings, which I'm not quite sure you guys want to see since most of them are empty. There are a couple of other random NPCs out that you can actually find as well if you scope out enough. Initially, I thought maybe there's 1 or 2 NPCs per area, but there may be a few more in some. Like I found an infected or contaminated guy out in the middle of Casterfell Woods. And I thought Mother Joggle was the only NPC in Casterfell Woods, and that turns out not to be true. I haven't been reading the notes. I figured, if I hold them on the screen, you can read them. I've found quite a few of them throughout the game. Maybe I'll start reading them in next episode. I'm not sure.
Hands away from any weapons, you.
Yeah, this is giving me basically free reign of the entire place, except for a couple of areas up here, and I know that Dr. Garrow is hidden somewhere deep down in this prison. Don't know whether we have access to her. If we haven't spoken to that other NPC yet. Not sure. We'll see. If I don't, then I will leave this and move on to another part of the another lead. Okay, I didn't speak soon enough. I've decided to leave the prison since I don't have access to her just yet. And I'll try to stay out of trouble in this region.
Watch yourself, Civvy.
There's not a lot to do here. So we'll continue. Our little path. We'll continue our little just walking around. Now we do need to find the signal redirector.
Is not, and is punishable by 2 weeks in the glass house.
Which will help us access parts of these bunkers that I haven't been able to access. If there's too much of me doing this sort of walkabout without stopping and investigating, I'll just skip some of this stuff. My understanding is that a DLC for Atomfall arrives on June 3rd. I'll take a look, see, investigate whether or not I want to do that while I'm actually still playing the game, or whether I want to move on to either Night Rain or I'm sorry, I'm getting distracted. Either Night Rain or Expedition 33. I originally said Expedition 33 would be next, but I hadn't realized that Night Rain was that close to release. And I'm a huge Elden Ring fan, and I am curious about how that plays. Metal detector is slightly quirky to use, but it is helpful in finding some collectibles, as well as these little caches that may have some supplies and stuff like that. Okay, signal redirector plans. All right. Okay, now we're back at Nora's barn.
Hello? Someone there? Who the hell are you? No sudden moves or I'll shoot you dead. Who told you I was here? Who sent you? Because people don't just stumble on this place. Who do you stand with? The village or the protocol
Nora
log?
has a bit of an attitude.
You have to ask. Innocent civilians just trying to live their lives, but these bloody soldiers turn up and start throwing the weight around. Haven't you seen them? The soldiers? Oh, they were all right at first. But when they realised they were as stuck here as the rest of us, well, the mask slipped. Protocol's like an army of occupation now. But you're not with the soldiers. I can see that now. You're not from round here at all, are you? This must be very strange to you. I won't ask where you came from, but I do want to know what you'd intend. Do you know? Most folk round here like to live in ignorance. So you one up on them. Maybe we've got a bit of common ground between us after all. Look, we got off on the wrong foot. Half the strangers out there would kill you for your shoes as soon as look as you. So I have to be careful. My name's Nora. Used to live in the village. But put that army captain's nose out of joint by answering back. Now I try to help the villagers out from here. I can trade if you have out worth selling. Aye. I know something about that. Been poking round here long enough, haven't I? There's a big old bunker called the Interchange that those boffins built. The soldiers get proper excited about that one. I know there's a door in the army camp to the south of here. I also know they'll kill you before you get within spitting distance of it, any road. I heard it's locked up tight as a bank vault. You'll never get in. Believe you me, I'd give me eye teeth to know what was going on in there, but it might as well be on moon. What? Seriously? Bloody hell. How'd you manage? You know. Oh, don't matter. You find out useful or interesting. You remember me and Wyndham, all right? Folk around here have it bloody hard. And if it's anything good to come out of that place, you think of them. Oh, aye. And what makes you think I'd tell out about that? You what? Oh, I forgot about that and all. Been 5 years since I watched the Boffin bury it. That was chaos back then. Soldiers clearing the place out. So he must have thought he was alone. I snuck back after dark to dig it up. Reckoned it was something important. But all I found inside were those papers. I couldn't make head and tail of them. I've never seen an actual signal redirector myself. But I do have some ideas where you might find one. For starters, there was that scientist who came back. Dr. Garrow, that was her name. Odds are she had some of that bad gimmickry about her. Trouble is, she didn't get on with Protocol. And they stuck her in prison. Let me mark that down for you. If you're serious about getting in there, don't go half-cocked. All right? Lion's Den, that place. Folk that go in, well, they tend to stay there one way or another. Unless, mayhap there's another way. If you can find it. But no, never mind. It's impossible. Well, I heard rumours, and that's all, of a special shipment of gear that got lost back when things turned bad. The Boffins tried to smuggle it out while the rest of us were getting walled in. Gossip is the cargo that never made it out, and it's still in Skethermore. But no one's found it, far as I know. If it did exist, and you could find it, maybe you'll find your signal redirector inside. Look, I'll write down everything I know about it, but don't get your hopes up, all right? Might be now more than a fairy tale.
Okay, so there are two ways to get the signal redirector. One is to meet up with Dr. Garrow, who's in jail, so I guess she'll tell us where one is if we meet up with her. And the other way is to go...
Look, things wash around the zone and sometimes fetch up here. Might well be something you want. So drop in any time you're near. All right, listen, as someone who's happy to do a bit
she's
of
so
business,
chatty.
mayhap you'll help me out with another kind. If you're going in the direction of Wyndham, I have a message that needs delivering. It's for Alf, in the pub, for his eyes only. You hear? Right, here's the message. Get that to him as soon as you can. Bit of advice for you. While you're here, Skethermore isn't what you'd call friendly. Down in Wyndham, the soldiers will leave you be, seeing as how you're a stranger. But out here, it's dog eat dog. There's folk round here that'll kill you for the sweat on your brow, so watch yourself. Watch your back out there.
Okay, as I was saying, there are two places that you can get the signal redirector. One is you'd be directed to where one is by Dr. Garrow if you speak to her in the prison. And the other way is what she just described. It's in a shipment that's in Skethermore, which means it's in one of those protocol zones. And that, to me, seems like it would be easier to get than the prison one. So that's the one we're going to aim for.
Trust Captain Sims. The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.
I think the operator is going to tell me not to trust anybody ever, except, of course, themselves, the operator. So I sort of take it with a little bit of a grain of salt. Now the map is saying that the signal redirector is somewhere in this area. I know it's not. It's below this area, which makes it a little bit tricky. So we're going to have to go into a either the interchange or a bunker. I'm not sure which yet. Okay, so I can't get into the bunker. If I try, he's going to become aggressive, which will change this whole region too aggressive for me. So I'm going to try to get in without anybody seeing me. And I would have to get out the same way. Or at least make sure no one sees me when I'm coming out. Otherwise, they would also switch to being aggressive towards me, and will remain so for the remainder of the game. So the first part was okay, because no one saw me shoot the guy in the neck. And now we just have to search for that shipment.
Wish the CO would just let me show him what I can do.
Hey, what was that then? Scam! Take this.
I guess I would have to basically murder everyone in this
No more surprises.
protocol area in order for them not to recognize me when I come out. That's the shipment in the barred crate. And of course I need a key card to get it into it, which I obviously don't have because Nora didn't tell me anything about a key card. So I have to figure out where that is. I still think it's easier than going to Dr. Garrow. So I'm going to leave here since we don't have what we need. And just so you know, I'm running for my life because the robots and stuff are trying to get me now. Make sure no one is around before I go into this unexplored bunker area. I don't know how many unexplored bunkers there are. Yeah, the protocol workshop. So the key card is going to be in here, which is quite a ways from where we were, just so you know. I didn't show me dodging all the enemies and running, but I did do a lot of that to get here. So now let's scour this place. This is L3. I got to tell you, after playing Assassin's Creed Shadows, I really miss Nawe's Eagle Vision. It has been so helpful here. And there is no perk that would allow you to see through walls. Which would be helpful. But at least the enemies are all pretty chatty. The one thing about the sound is that you can't really tell which direction they're coming from when they're chatting like that. You can tell when they're near versus when they're far, but you can't really tell whether it's behind you, in front of you, on the side of you. Sometimes it sounds like it's behind you, and then it turns out the guy's not behind you at all.
Someone's definitely something out there. Remember your training.
Well, at least the guy can't climb into this area.
Out here. They've had it away.
Help! Someone's been killed!
I killed far worse.
Body here. I can't look. They've gone. Dead body. No, it's one of ours.
There you are!
I've been picking these up slowly along the way. I don't think there's any possibility of getting to the end of the game with all of these skills being unlocked, which is okay. I mean, I've been walking around using rusty guns and rifles through the whole game. And there is a way, if you collect 2 of the same kind of guns, or at least a gun and a stock, and you unlock a particular skill, I don't remember what that skill is, you can create a better weapon. I haven't done that. I haven't really focused on that. I'm not sure I will. It's clear it's really not that intuitive. You find a lot of weapons, but it's really not intuitive as to what you do in order to get a better weapon. And at least so far, it's not as though I could go to a vendor and have them upgrade my weapons, which is the way it works in a lot of other games, right? You can either sort of craft it yourself or, upgrade. I guess in this particular instance, it would be crafting. These heavily armored protocol guys always takes more than 1 shot to kill them, whereas the outlaws, you can kill them in 1 shot. Okay, so now we're leaving bunker L3. I think we have everything we need. So now we have to go back to the other place to get the signal redirector.
Do not trust Captain Sims. The protocol was enacted for the good of the country at large, not the quarantined area. If necessary, the quarantined area will be sacrificed.
Interesting. This guy seems to know a little bit about everybody. But Captain Sims is rather tough. Okay. I mentioned earlier they turned against me. This is what turned them against me. They caught me in the act. So if I had been smarter about this, I would have reloaded a previous save. I think the game saves every 3 minutes or so. I would have reloaded the previous one, waited for the other guy to walk away, killed the guy who was standing in front of the opening to this bunker area, got down here, did what I needed to do, climbed back out, and they wouldn't have been hostile. But I didn't do that. So everybody is hostile to me in this region of the game. So every time I go to Skethermore, I'm going to be hounded and attacked by everybody. Got it. Yep, we got our signal redirector, which means we can go back to some of the earlier bunkers that required it in order to unlock particular doors, as well as unlock doors in this particular bunker. So I don't think I'll do all of that on camera because it'll just take a long time, but I will do it nevertheless, just in case there's some valuables that I need as soon as I figure out how to use this thing. Okay, so it redirected the power to that room, which is locked. And the goal would be to locate where the next... I'm just fooling around with this thing now. the goal would be to locate the next node that you can redirect that will unlock the door that's over there. This is a door to the armory. So you figure it's an armory, there's got to be some good stuff in there. These throwable weapons are also very powerful. And if you don't know it, if you see one of those big red tanks off to the side, and you throw a grenade near them, they cause a lot of damage. You may be able to shoot them and cause damage as well. I'm not sure. I just figured that out in this particular episode.
Here we go.
Come on! Where are you?
Like you. I find your best is the way.
Where did you get taken?
Bloody sneaky bastard.
Run for it!
Right there.
Probably not a good idea to use a shotgun. I should be using either an SMG or a rifle, which I don't have. It's in the mnemonic thing. I don't have it on me, which is too bad. So we're gonna use one of these grenade things.
Watch your heads, lads. One shot.
I'm not letting you live.
Someone sneaky. Right,
Bloody hell. The game's over you, mate. One of ours is down. He's down. One shooting.
he's still there.
I see you up there.
Yeah, there's an automatic shotgun that I have. I don't know why I don't have it equipped, because that would have been more helpful.
They're around here somewhere.
Okay, so I guess the way to do this is jump on this box to not get electrocuted, and then disable the power to that cable. Yep, there we go. Finally got the door to the armory open. Okay, so after clearing everything out of that we needed from the armory, we're back on the road and also back to hiding from these guys. I just want to get to any of the other regions.
Bloody fuss over nothing.
Okay, this should allow me to exit in another area. But I probably have to fight my way through a billion other people.
I'll find you. Just a matter of time.
The goal is to make my way to any of the other exchange doors. So either Wyndham or Castrofel, but I think Wyndham might be closer. hate these little creatures, these ferals. I always make sure I have either a Molotov or some kind of bomb. One of those versus 5 or 6 bullets is preferable. Okay, so we started up another one of the nodes in the interchange. It's Alpha Bravo Charlie Delta.
Access granted to robotics facility.
We're probably going to have to turn on the other two as well. And it looks like they want me to go to robotics to do it.
Status report. Connection lost to all data collection bunkers.
Oh, horrible. Better dead. What was that? Falling back. That's not natural.
Find cover, you bastard!
There's someone here.
Okay, we're not doing that again. Yeah, we'll come back to robotics another time. Let's do something different. don't think I have enough ammo to kill this robot. Okay, I'm just dying all over the place. Okay, one's from a soldier and one's from a robot. So we're gonna have to be slightly more stealthy to get out of this place.
What was that noise? I'm backing up. I know I heard something. I know I did.
There's someone here!
Yeah, I tried shooting the guy's foot. I guess that's not gonna work. But I think this is the way out.
Keep sharp. No more surprises.
It's the World Cup this year, isn't it?
I think I ran past an area that I could have unlocked. I'll have to make it back there.
Robotics facility status report. Experimentation wing offline. Administration wing offline. Secure laboratory offline.
Okay, so we have the key to the control room. And I'm probably going to end up coming back to the interchange to try to do most of the interchange stuff in the upcoming episodes. Now that I have the atomic batteries, I should be able to do a little bit more. I do need to have the cure for the infected stuff, especially before I head to the medical wing.
The lower floor has been sealed and the lab powered down, as instructed. Only a signal redirector device can be used to regain access, and I'm taking that secret with me. The plans for the device, the prototypes, I'm gonna bury them. There's a manor house in Skethermore. The soldiers will have cleared it out by now, so it's as good a spot as any. If anyone finds this message, hell, no one's getting back in here. Not once the quarantine is fully enacted. And if by some miracle you are listening to this, well, I am so sorry. The automated security will be powering up right about now.
The signal redirector goes off a lot, and I can't always find where the node is. So I don't know whether it's reading it like beneath me or above me. It's definitely not in this room. There's a poison area. So I have tons of this anti-poison stuff if I haven't already sold it or bartered it away. I don't know that I have any with me. I'm guessing if I did, I can go down there and turn a vent on and vent it, I guess. Possibly. I may try that out and see if that works. But for now, I'm just trying to get the heck out of here. Okay, so there's a few goodies in here. Jeez. Well, I'm guessing he has a key card or something that I need. Yes, the storage room key. All right. Not that I remember where that is, but you'll eventually find it. Okay, so we're heading back into the interchange area, which is just as nutty as it was when I left. And I'm guessing if I get close enough to that turret, I can actually disable it. But like I've been saying for the last 20 minutes, I just want to get out of here. some good stuff.
Reminder to all robotics personnel. Stand clear of the heavy lifters during operation. Don't be a pulped Peter.
Okay, so we are going to actually wrap this episode out, because it may take me another 20-25 minutes to get out of here. But we will be back because there are a couple of other things we need to do in the actually, there are a lot of things we need to do in the exchange. And we haven't unlocked all of the, or connected all of the nodes to the interchange yet. And we do need to do that. And the data stores. Like I said, there's Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, and I think we only have 2 of them done. So until next time, while this robot walks around stalking me, I will see you guys in episode 4, where we'll make a little bit more progress and we'll choose a final path as to which ending we're going to aim for. Right? Take care. Bye-bye.